What's up everyone? Welcome back to my world of stocks. In today's video, I'll be answering the question, is Apple stock a buy after just reporting earnings? Let's take a closer look and find out. Well, overall, I would say that it was a pretty good quarter with a few alarming exceptions, as they did beat on both revenue and earnings per share by a small amount. However, year over year, it still marked yet another quarter of declining sales. Now, granted, it was only about a 1% drop, but this now marks the fourth quarter in a row that Apple has seen their revenues shrink, which has also left their fiscal 2023 year actually down by over 3%. Now, usually when a company has falling sales, their profits tend to plummet by even larger amounts. However, not only has this not been the case for Apple, but in fact, they actually grew their net income profit by a surprising double-digit percent year over year. So why is that? Well, the answer is actually pretty simple. See, Apple has been transitioning their business model in recent years away from just relying on hardware sales alone, like their popular iPhones, for example, in favor of a more diversified and frankly more profitable business that also gets their customers hooked on services too, which are higher margin. And Apple has done a great job of packaging many of these services into subscription plans too that ensure recurring revenues. Case in point though, this most recent fiscal quarter only saw their iPhone sales rise by 2%, which was also the only hardware line for Apple that actually saw any growth at all. Which, don't get me wrong, there are some good excuses for that, as it only included less than a week of iPhone 15 sales, which has so far been a very popular release as analysts expect it to outperform its predecessor by double-digit percent. Plus, the other hardware lines are having a tough year-over-year comparison too, as this is a much more challenging PC market coming off the pandemic, which CEO Tim Cook specifically pointed out during the earnings call. But the point still stands that you're just not likely to see a lot of growth in these hardware areas where Apple has already grown to over 2 billion active devices in consumers' hands. However, where you will likely see a lot of growth, especially on profitability, is with services, which not only continue to hit new record highs, but they also grew a whopping 16% last quarter, with every single service line hitting new record highs, which is in stark contrast to almost every single hardware line being in decline. And it also beat analyst estimates while iPhones were flat on expectations, which is why their gross margin still got even better than analysts were expecting too. And those profits, by the way, are just already so amazing. I mean, at this point, guys, we're talking about a company here that will likely be doing more than $400 billion in sales, and over $100 billion of that going straight to the bottom line, straight to net income profit on an annual basis in future years, which is just mind-blowing to think about. And that alone should make you want to own this stock. However, we know that financial performance is not everything, as the stock price itself and the valuation matter just as much. And in the case of Apple, well, coming off the earnings report, the stock actually dipped a little because of weaker guidance, as analysts were expecting growth of 5% to be expected in the upcoming very important holiday quarter. But Apple CFO actually guided for it to be just about flat, which was very surprising. And it kind of just proves what I've been saying, that you're just not likely to get much revenue growth from Apple at this point with how massively large they already are. However, the market seems to have brushed those concerns off real quickly, as the stock just bounced right back up from the dip to actually finish the week positive by almost 5% over the past week. And in all, we've seen it rise now by staggering amounts over the years, reaching record highs in almost every single one of them, with only being about 10% shy right now of the highest point. And valuation wise, well, we're not only talking about the most valued company in the entire world now at close to a $3 trillion market cap, but it's also significantly more expensive than both the sector and its own 5-year average on virtually any metric you look at. And while I do own some of the stock myself, and I continue to believe that they are one of the best stocks in the market to build a portfolio around because of their insanely sticky business of an ecosystem of products and services that have made their customers extremely loyal to the brand. Plus, they have over $160 billion of cash that says they could easily enter any new market that they want to in the future at any moment to fuel some, much needed growth. But I just can't help but notice that there are cheaper options out there. For example, I consider Google, Microsoft, and Amazon, and even Meta to be great alternatives as a tech giant to build a portfolio around, and every single one of those trades significantly cheaper than Apple on a PEG ratio basis. Heck, Google is about half the PEG, and I actually like them even more as a company. Plus, Apple has some unique challenges that the others aren't really experiencing right now, like for example, some drama or conflict with China, where Apple has been in the process recently of shifting a lot of their production lines over to other countries outside of China, like India, for example, which I'd assume that China isn't going to be very happy about. In fact, it's a story that investors have been watching very carefully or very closely recently, as speculation and rumors have been going around that China may be banning some iPhone use by government workers. And although China has directly denied those claims, Apple is also facing stiff competition there from rivals like Huawei that have at times seen even better performance. It's not something that I'm super worried about myself, but as Apple's third largest market, China is definitely something to keep a close eye on here if you're investing in Apple stock. Now, this latest quarter, for example, saw Chinese sales flat year over year. And if they were to actually start to decline in the future, I do think that that would drag the stock down lower, given that it's already, at such a very expensive valuation. So with such a large mixture of not just pros, but also a lot of cons, do I consider Apple stock to be a long-term buy? Well, I still say yes, mostly yes, just because of their massive size and the really sticky business, and of course the gigantic cash reserves that alone makes it very attractive. But they have to actually start using that cash to diversify their business and enter new markets and fuel future growth. I mean, back when there was rumors circulating about Apple possibly building an electric car, I thought, okay, that could be something big. If they make a Tesla type of like smart car kind of thing, and it has really good integration with Apple's products and services, maybe the best integration out there. Well, yeah, I do think that a lot of their loyal fan base would want to buy something like that, at least the more wealthy ones, of course. But the problem is that I haven't really heard anything about that ever since, and to this day, I still don't even know if they're actually even working on that. So the thing is, Apple, you have to actually do something. You gotta do something new, something innovative. I mean, take a look at Meta, for example. They had half of the world's entire population using their social media apps. So there's only so much that they could grow. So they figured, okay, we're insanely profitable. We have this giant user base. We gotta invest in something new. So they took a big chance on the metaverse, and they're still getting ridiculed to this day because they spend billions of dollars on that every single quarter, and they get made fun of a lot for that. But I respect them because they at least took a chance on something. They had the money and they can afford to take chances. That money otherwise is just going to be sitting there doing nothing. Use that money. You're insanely profitable. Invest in something for future growth. And Apple is one of the most profitable companies in the world. So there is no excuse for them to not be trying something new or unique or different. Isn't Apple's slogan think different? But they're always doing the same thing over and over. Do something new, Apple. And by the way, no, I'm not talking about like a $3,500 VR headset that is like 6 times the price of Meta's entry point VR headsets. That's not innovative. That's not like unique or new. You can do better than that, Apple. So in conclusion, do I still consider Apple stock a buy? Again, mostly yes, in the kind of general long-term sense where, it's hard to envision someone investing in Apple and not having some success with it many years from now, just because it's such a large company. And again, they've got that cash. They could use it at any moment to pull another growth lever in the future. But at the moment, there are better options out there like Microsoft, Google, Amazon, or even Meta, who are all also just gigantic tech behemoths with very large, very dominant businesses. They're all very profitable, and they're all making huge investments for growth, especially in areas of artificial intelligence. I talk about it all the time on the channel. These companies are making huge moves in AI, and I just want to see Apple make similar moves too. But until then, these stocks are trading cheaper, so I think that they are the better buys, in my opinion. Anyway, I'd love to hear what you all have to say down below. Do you agree with me? Do you own any of these stocks? Do you disagree with anything I said? We can have a chat down there in the comments section. Thanks again for stopping by, my friends. And by the way, full disclaimer, I own every single one of these stocks that I just mentioned. But again, I think these other ones are better buys at the current valuation. But I'd love to hear what you all have to say down below. Thanks again for stopping by, my friends. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.